Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, gee. Oh. Hey man, how are things? How's the semester going? How's the assignment coming? Bro, I uh I got AI to do it. Don't you want to learn? Buddy, we don't get paid to learn. We get paid with grades. Grades determine everything. Besides, I've been using my free time to do other things like work. I also feed the homeless, volunteer at my local courthouse, open a charity organization, created a financial tracking app that has 1,000 users now, available on the App Store. I dropped an album, available on all digital platforms, started a marketing agency, saved the whales, and started a political revolution. And I'm speaking at the WEF and UN Summit for Synchronous Education Reform and Post-Secondary Institutions globally, offering structure for a hypothetical one world standard for intellectual capacity and academic achievement once digital ID is adopted by the masses. By the way, you want to come out clubbing tonight? We're gonna get hammered, bro. It'll be gnarly. Dude, how do you have how do you have time for all of that? I gotta study for the midterm tomorrow. I can't. Well, I guess how do I have time for all of that? I'm glad you asked. I'll actually sit in my room all day and do whatever I want. I use one responsibility to get out of the other, but all of those things remain on my CV. And I really got to get into law school, bro, and I need the extracurriculars. I just show up to each one when it matters, essentially. Yeah. That's pretty smart. How did you do on the last midterm, by the way? The last midterm, yeah, I guess you do got to be a little bit smart to cheat the system. But I got a 96%, but that's because I cheated. My uncle, who's a doctor, wrote to the admissions office that I have a disorder that requires me to have 1 hour extra on every assessment. Plus, they keep me in a breakout room where I'm alone, so I break out my phone and cheat. What did you get? And do you want to grab lunch after this? You got a 96? You cheated? I was studying all weekend for that. Actually, trying to learn the material. Okay, and I got a 78, and I'm also trying to get into law school. So people like you are doing this to get into law school? And I saw your story. You were hiking and at your cousin's wedding in Edmonton last weekend. How are you doing all of this? And yeah, I guess I'm down to eat after. Yeah, I guess work smarter, not harder. Bro, I know nothing about the class's content. I just cheat it. I just find creative ways to cheat it. And there's better things to spend your time on in life than, studying material you don't really care about. And alright, bro, I actually made a 10K off Poly Market last weekend, so lunch is on me. Plus, my buddy commits credit card fraud. We clean the money through the foundation that I started. You should join. Later on in life, we'll invest in super PACs and sway political decisions so we can evade more taxes, even though we're in the highest income bracket. What do you say? Bro, you're a cheater. You're literally finding loopholes in everything and exploiting it. Yeah, man, if that's what everyone else is doing, you're kind of disadvantaged by not doing that. Yeah, but what about morals and karma and doing things the right way? You don't care about karmic retribution in this life or God's judgment or repercussions in the afterlife? I mean, don't you fear God? Well, I just need you to observe closely who is winning in the world, okay? If you can't beat them, join them. And you're gonna be beat by bozos like me, dude. I want your spot in law school. I mean, I know you're Christian and all that. Your Bible says if you don't forgive people like me, you'll end up in hell where I'm headed. So after you forgive me, which you have to do according to your faith, you gotta live life, dude, and coexist with people that aren't like you. Either you eat dirt and suffer because you're such a goody two-shoes, or you play dirty and you pick up some of these tactics so your life isn't so shit. You fucking loser, you piece of shit. Scum of the earth worm. Ew. Ugh. Okay, guys, wrap up your conversations. We're going to get started with the lecture. Today we'll be talking about administrative law. Just to recap what happened last lecture, we talked about the charter, and that was one of the... Yeah, I think I'm going to skip, bro. Send me the notes. See you in the afterlife. See you after the lecture in the cafeteria. Have a good day, bro.
Yeah, see ya.
The law system is carried out. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. I gotta do something about this. I'll reform the system.
Sure you will. Pussy. Do something else with your life, you idiot. You think you're gonna make a difference? Fucking get a life. Fall in line. Nobody cares. You don't have a credible opinion anyway. Nobody will actually take the time of day to understand. You're not that important, bro. Nothing you say matters. Who is gonna listen to you, you idiot? How can anybody trust you? Think you're crazy. You look crazy, bro. Something else. Okay?